winning.
Why though? What's the real like a need that we need to go back to instead of just going vegan?
To make the
What are you asking me?
get stronger. No, sorry.
No, I just like
I'm not an atheist. You're going to have to ask one of them. You know what I mean? I don't know why you're asking me.
You can come and work for me for next to nothing, and hopefully you'll get strong enough in the process to overcome me and gain your freedom. I'm doing you a favor.
Okay.
But you better start eating some meat.
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I'm not even sure that you're actually stronger than me, but we won't go there. So, because even if you were stronger than me, you were saying that might makes right?
Yeah, might makes right. That's what the vegan says.
Yes.
Which vegan said this? That might makes right?
Oh, which one was it? Scoliosis. He said that. He says it's okay. Some of them die out because the other bees beat them out, and they all die. But no big deal, right? I mean, they're competing, and might makes right.
I'm not sure that was the point, but I would have to hear his point exactly.
Isn't that what's going on?
I'll just take your word for it. I'll just take your word for it for the moment. So,
yeah.
Let's just say that he made a wrong statement that Mike doesn't make right. Would you agree with that?
Well, that's not what he said. I don't like to, play around in hypotheticals. I just go with what people say.
I'm saying, like, for the sake of argument, I'll just take your word for it. But I'm asking you, do you disagree with that? Yes or no?
Do I disagree that might makes right? Well, of course, if we didn't believe that, then we would have to go back to the slavery, because that would make more sense.
Okay, so now we're getting on to authentic reasoning. So I agree, might does not make right. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if we don't need to live off of animals, why continue to do so?
Who said that? Who said that?
Well, we don't need to. I'll say it. I can't post anything
we don't need
here. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need to. Yeah.
Enjoy the taste.
I do. I love it.
Okay. Can anyone prove to me that they actually need to?
No. I don't care if I need to or not. I enjoy eating meat.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think sensory pleasure justifies atrocity?
No, I'm not trying to justify anything to anybody.
Well, you just did. That is a justification.
Oh, it gave you reason.
Yeah, that reason is the justification.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to overcome some sort of moral standpoint. I'm just saying why I would, even though it's not necessary.
That's a justification.
If you want to call it that, sure, whatever.
He's not giving you an excuse. Yeah. He's not giving you an excuse. He's just telling you why he does it.
Yeah, regardless if he needs to or not. So therefore, that's a justification.
Regardless of if he needs to or not.
Yeah, as if the need to or not is some sort of moral standard. Or
well, I mean, we have to look at the data.
Well, if there's a sentient being that doesn't... Well,
what's the data say?
For what?
For the people who, have a full diet with meat involved versus the people that don't eat meat. What's the data?
Yeah, so the American Dietetics or the American Academy of Dietetics and Nutrition come to... like they all come to an agreement, the whole organization, that both diets, whether you live without a vegan diet or on a vegan diet, like they can equally be healthy. Like, I'm not making any argument that one is superior to the
Well,
other.
just
It's just,
show me the studies. Let me see the data.
yeah. So I'll give you the PDF version, and then I'll give you the website. But the PDF version is just going to have the
Uh-huh.
complete paper, and then
Uh-huh.
the give me 1 second.
How
I
was
might
the
have to
study
get to my
conducted?
computer. Melanotics and randomized trials.
Okay, so they took a baby fresh out of the womb, and they gave that child or that baby only plants for its entire life.
No, no.
No,
So
no.
because it's not unvegan to drink your mother's milk.
Okay, fair enough. After the child was weaned, only vegetables, and they
What if
followed
the
it for
mother
how long?
ate? What if the mother ate meat to produce the milk?
So no,
Oh shit, that's gonna be a problem.
the point of the whole test is the mother is lactating. Like, this is the part of where it is. The mother's lactating, feeding the child while she's on a vegan diet. Where else, like on fish, right? Like, you need to be careful breastfeeding while eating fish, right? So the same thing, they were testing to see if that same truth
Right,
was
right.
for being on a vegan diet. And
Damn
it
it,
turns
dude.
out
What the hell?
turn
This has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So the child's weaned. It's on plants for the rest of its life. How many children
yes.
did they study? How long did they study the children?
Here, I'll give you the study.
Okay. I figured you'd have the specifics. I figured you'd probably read this and saw how they
No,
did it.
I
I
have.
always think that child
I'm just
abuse.
gonna. I'm just going. Why is the child abuse? I'm just trying to multitask at the moment. I'm gonna have to get to my computer.
Oh,
It's hard to do
okay. So
when
you
you don't have vitamins, dude.
What? No, it's hard to do when your files aren't the same on your phone as they are on the fucking computer. So, I don't know what you're
How
talking
many
about.
times have you made this argument?
are you morally superior vegan?
Yeah.
How long have you? I mean, are you pretty familiar with this material? Do you know about the study?
Yes, I know about the study. What's the question? How many
Okay.
people did they
How many
test
people?
on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like several hundred people that they tested on.
Great. So, and they were babies, right? They all started off in the same situation, all infants. And
Well,
after they were weaned, they were given
not
nothing.
all the test subjects were babies. No, because they
Why
were
not?
testing on all stages of life.
He doesn't understand, says who. So this is a lifelong journey test, right? Where they took hundreds of babies, they suckled the mother's milk, then they weaned them off the mother, and then they grew up on vegetables the rest of their life.
Okay.
Several hundred. I don't know why this is
So
so
there
hard for you to
was
understand.
several hundred of people. Some of them were babies, right? Being lactated, then getting to the point of being weaned off to then eating a standardized diet. Some were adults. So, but there are people who were on that, like, they didn't just go to the full stages of like one person, like they didn't go through multiple people where they all started at this one stage of like, and all of these people started as infants, and then all these infants grew to being fully adult. No, that if that's what you're
Well,
asking, no, that's not what the study was saying.
wouldn't that be the best way to do it?
Okay, but it's just not the way that it was done.
Okay, so they did it a
I would
shitty way, and you're going to go with their shitty results. Is that about right?
no, because there are people. The fucking owner was born vegan. The owner of this
Oh,
Discord was born vegan. So I don't know,
terrific.
like, yeah. So the like it can be done. They don't need to
Uh-huh.
go from every stage. Like They don't need to go that strict on the study to find out the
Yo,
conclusion
vegan
that
man.
somebody can be healthy
Yeah, they
on a
do.
vegan diet.
Vegan
Because
guy,
we have
shut
to
up,
have a
bro.
control
I
treat.
want to talk about flat Earth. Shut up, bro.
Oh yeah, we got a flat earther. You're morally superior vegan. You're gonna have to take a back seat.
I'm a globe earther, but I want to talk. I want to talk to these guys about flat Earth. What are you guys doing here?
Oh, we're talking about flat Earth. The thing that you
Let's
want.
go.
You guys talking about veganism? I don't give a fuck.
Dude, it's your microphone.
Whoa.
Hey, says who? Your microphone. You got wind, bro.
Yeah, no, we're happy to put
Sorry.
veganism on the back burner and talk about flat Earth.
Yeah, he was getting worried in the side chat, so you guys might want to help B-Man.
What was that?
What's an
So, do you have any
oblique
questions?
spheroid?
Oblique?
The shape of oblique. I don't know how to spell it.
Oh my
Oblique.
goodness.
You know what oblique means, right?
It's that if you ever wonder how like little kids they hear a word one time and then they try to repeat it. He heard some kind of word about ob something and he's like oblique. Oh yeah, it's an oblique sphere. That's like art.
Yeah.
That's like painting or
Yeah,
glass.
it couldn't be
or something.
It couldn't be OBLATE by any means.
Yeah, I'm sorry for spelling it wrong. Oh Jesus.
Oblate. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, so Earth, oblate spheroid. Is that your stance? Is that your position?
That the Earth's a sphere, yeah.
What's the size of the Earth?
You want to give me
Ooh,
the
good question.
you want the radius?
Radius, circumference, diameter. I pick and choose.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on, this guy posted it. 3,959 mile radius.
Awesome. So, with something that size, you think we could calculate like drop over distance?
I would say on a local scale you could calculate probably small amounts of drop over distance. Yeah, but it'd be difficult to do on like a
If you're 6 foot
wider
tall and
scale.
you look out over water, how far away is the horizon?
I'm not sure. How far away is it?
Surely we could calculate it, right?
Yeah, you could calculate that. Yeah.
I mean, a quick Google search will
Yeah, I'll
confirm
Google.
it, but it's 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height and peak. So take the square root of 6 and multiply it by 1.22 to get your distance to the horizon.
So it's about 3 miles away. If you're 6 foot tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, it's not. It's further. When we go out to test this claim of a geometric horizon that should be at that calculable distance, the horizon does not appear in this location. In most instances, it appears much further than it should do.
Okay.
What do you think about that? If it's further than that, if it's supposed to be in a certain location, but it's not, and it's further, what does that tell you about the shape of the Earth?
It doesn't really tell me anything, really. I mean, there could be multiple explanations for that.
Well, it can't be bigger because if it's bigger, that means the story they told you about how far away the moon is and what it's doing in the sky is wrong. Like everything's wrong. The whole story's wrong.
I mean, how far away do you see it then if it's supposed to be further?
Well, hang on a sec, bro. Because in order for you to have a reason why your globe doesn't look like a globe, right, you'd need to know it's a globe in the first place.
So did you ask how far we see?
No, I didn't actually ask anything. These guys asked me to start talking about the horizon, so.
Okay. I thought you asked how far we do see, like from a flat Earth perspective. But I apologise if
No,
that
we were
wasn't your
just talking
question.
about how far away the horizon was. If you're 6
So,
foot, and that's about 3 miles.
yeah. So the horizon distance is going to change, and that's going to depend on two primary factors. One, the technology you use. You understand that you're probably going to be able to resolve things in the distance better with a telescope or binoculars or a high-powered zoom camera than you are with your eyes, obviously. And the other factor is going to be the weather that you're looking through, like the meteorological conditions, like fog, rain. If it's clear out, for example, you're going to be able to see further. Now,
Yeah, of
these are
course.
really, apart from how high you are above the surface, these factors are going to determine how far the horizon is going to appear to you. The problem is we're told that the horizon should be at 3 miles away if we're at 6 foot. We can see a horizon with good optical conditions and good high-powered zoom technology like cameras and stuff. We can see a geometric horizon well beyond 3 miles. In some instances, it appears to be about 30. And that's just from about 10 foot above the surface of the water.
And what technology would you be using to see that?
So a high-powered zoom camera, so P900 or 1000, you can use high-powered telescopes. You can actually see further by changing the spectrum of light. We can use the infrared spectrum, which kind of mitigates for the atmospheric hazing effect that we get with distance. So we can cut through that with infrared. And when we view in the infrared, we see much further than we do in the visible spectrum. It's because we have more clarity. That's why.
Yeah, then you find out that the horizon is due to the convergence of perspective, not because of the consequence of curvature.
Yeah, but the zoom of the camera doesn't break the curve. It just enlarges what refraction would let through.
We
refraction
understand.
never brings back the parts hidden behind the curvature. So.
Well, let's try this one then, real quick, Jedi. Before you go into it, because I know you want to talk about it. If you lower yourself down to 1 foot of observation height, right? 1.22 times the square root of 1 would give you the distance to the horizon. Maybe we should talk about that kind of an observation.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, how far is the horizon from a 1 foot observer height?
Do you want me to search that up?
I mean, what's the square root of 1 times 1.22?
Man, I'm not good at maths. I couldn't
Square
tell you.
root of 1 is 1. 1 times 1.22 is 1.22.
Okay.
Cool. So the distance to the horizon for a 1 foot observer will be 1.22 miles. You just you get the square root of the observer's height. So 1 foot in this instance. So what we can show you, and I'll get around to it a bit, I've just got to deal with this quickly and I'll come back. What we're told is the claim that we can Google to the distance to the horizon. Now, when we go to confirm this claim, we don't see that horizon where it should be. That's the point. You brought up earlier about getting a distance to the horizon. That's kind of hard to do. So we'd have to use like known landmarks to estimate a distance to the horizon. Let's say, for example, we had a landmark out to sea that was 10 miles away, and we could say it was beyond it or in front of it, showing it was less than or more than 10 miles. It would be that type of measurement. You understand?
Yeah.
Cool.
What I would like to say, if we're talking about the horizon here.
Yeah.
Let's say we're looking out towards the horizon, over water, and we're watching the sunset. We're standing at the beach with a telescope or something like that, and we're watching the sun set below the horizon, and we're looking through a telescope, and we see it start to set, and then if we get up to a higher altitude, like a hill or something like that, and then we can still see the sun. We can see it again.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say about that? Because that's really only possible on the curved surface.
No, one. Right. So we have to understand that when we're making observations, we're using our eyes or an optic. Eyes and optics have limitation of what they can resolve at distance. Quite simply, that's the angular size of the object. So it's the reason why that mountain far away looks small and the one that you're standing next to looks really, really big, right? It's really simple to understand. Things get smaller in the distance. Same things apply to the Earth that you look across horizontally. Eventually, with distance, the angles that you can perceive are going to be too small for you to resolve. This extinction limit is known as the horizon, the limitation of what you can perceive of the surface of the Earth. Now, when you change your angle, climb a mountain, climb a tree, you've changed your angle. That angle with distance opens up because you're further away from the object. It's like putting your hands close to your face. You can't see the entirety of it until you move back a little bit. Same thing like with a huge surface that's thousands and thousands and thousands of miles. You can only perceive 3 miles when you stand up. You can perceive more when you get further away from it. It's like when we were down close to the surface. Like put your face down across the floor, and if you've got a tiled floor, like black and white squares, you'll notice the ones in the distance appear really, really, really small until you can't distinguish the difference until you stand up. Doesn't mean that your floor's curved, just means you've changed your angle. Want to know why you can see the sun again? It's the same answer. You've changed your angle.
Yeah, but where would the sun be going? I don't think it moves away.
Away. Now, again, this is just going to be perspective, as why the sun in the distance appears to go down, where earlier on during the day it was above your head, more or less. So the reason why it appears to go downwards is due to perspective. This is convergence, right? The same reason, like when you look down a hallway or a corridor, the walls appear to get closer together. The ceiling and the floor appear to get closer together. The ceiling and the floor aren't actually getting closer together, right? They just appear to do so. Same thing with all objects that are above your eye line. When they move away with distance, they will appear to you to descend downwards towards the horizon. So that's why the sun appears like it's going down. It's not.
Okay, even if we're standing on that beach and we're watching the sunset, if the sun were just moving away, it would shrink into a tiny dot as it gets farther. But that's
Sometimes
not what happens.
it does.
It stays. No, it doesn't. It stays the same all size all day, and then it drops
Oh my
below the
gosh.
horizon.
This guy's seen every sunset apparently. So you've seen every sunset on Earth.
What's that got to do with it? Like I can go out and watch the
Because
sunset.
you're saying nuh-uh because your experience is that it never happened when you were paying attention. You don't realize that there are other situations. Yeah, I know you've not seen it. Other people have seen this.
Other people have seen the sun go into a tiny dot. See.
Hey, do me a favor. Look in the side chat. I'm gonna post a GIF for you real quick. All right.
Oh yes, my favorite
Keep in
form of
mind,
evidence: a GIF on Discord.
I know, right?
But
It's just a video
that wouldn't matter either.
made into a GIF. It's just a time lapse video made into a GIF. A girl is
And where's the
painting
video from?
on a high.
Oh, let me guess. YouTube.
A girl is painting while a sunset is happening. She's not a flat earther. She's just painting while the sunset is happening. The sun gets smaller as it moves away.
This is all nonsense anyways, though. I mean, if you're going to affirm the consequent with sunsets and sunrises, then you've already lost. At the end of the day, the Earth is flat because everybody measures it and uses it that way. That's how it is. It's measured to be flat. There is no Earth curve measurements. Who cares about the sun? Has nothing to do with the surface of the Earth.
Well, how do different countries see
You're
different sun angles at the same time then?
Hey,
You're
does that have
literally
anything to
in
do
the
with
wrong
whether or
direction,
not the Earth is curving? Does that have anything to do with whether or not the Earth is curving?
Because it works exactly on a curved Earth. It doesn't
I'm
work on a flat Earth.
sorry,
Whenever the
it
UK
doesn't.
sees sunset, then New
I'm
York sees afternoon, and
sorry.
Australia sees
Dude,
morning.
you can keep chanting, but you and I both know that
Word.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
The
because
Earth
are you
is
telling me?
measured as flat.
Sorry, Caesar. Yeah, but are you telling me though? Right. Okay. So if you're closer to, let's say, a tower than I am, that we'll both get the same angle to the top of it on a
Sorry.
flat surface. On a flat surface,
Sorry.
let's say you're closer to a tower than I am, and we both measure an angle to the top of it, and we're on a flat surface, right? Are you saying that we'll both get the same angle?
Not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying
Okay.
your version
So
on a flat
from
Earth of
different
sunset
positions on a
and how
flat
the
Earth,
sun works doesn't work.
right? So from different positions on a flat Earth, you can get different elevation angle measurements to the sun.
Sorry, what version of flat Earth are you strawmanning us with? What have we presented you?
Well, the Earth is flat, so what version of flat Earth are you talking about? I mean, it's
Yeah, the
pretty.
Earth being
Like,
The one
flat.
I'm
You
not
said
outside,
using a model
version.
or anything.
the one outside,
What
that version.
model? Yeah, the Earth under your feet. Yeah, it's flat. It's measured.
Let me ask you, B-Man. The B-Man, right?
Yeah,
Is the surface of water in a swimming pool flat?
it's level.
It's flat, right?
I wouldn't call it flat.
What would you call it then?
I would call it level.
Level is flat, right?
No, level's not flat.
What is level to you?
Level, I believe, is what was the definition of it? I think it's to do with.
Having
Let
no
me
point
refresh.
higher or lower than another one. That's the definition of level.
It's a horizontal plane.
Yeah.
What's horizontal to
Having
you?
no
What's a plane? What's horizontal? It's all flat. It's perpendicular to plumb.
So what's your point?
So my point is, water on the surface at rest is always flat.
At rest, it's flat. Okay, well, level would mean perpendicular to gravity, not
Right.
not
Perpendicular
flat.
to plumb.
You can't have
Uh, uh,
perpendicular to a ball. There's no such thing as
Call,
perpendicular to a curved surface.
Yeah, there is, because
right.
on a globe,
Call it
gravity
gravity
pulls
if you
towards
like.
the
Right?
center, so level curves around the Earth.
Right. Perpendicular would be a 90-degree angle. Right. Perpendicular to vertical would mean 90 degrees. Yes or no?
I don't know what degrees it is. I just know that it
Yeah, it
pulls
would
towards
be
the center.
a right angle. Perpendicular would be a right to vertical would be a right angle. And if you're saying the surface of water or liquid at rest is perpendicular to vertical, then you're telling us that the surface of that liquid is flat and horizontal, because perpendicular to vertical is horizontal. But horizontal is not curving. Okay? So you're agreeing with us.
No, because you're saying the surface of the water is flat, but it's
Yeah,
not
so are you.
flat.
It
Yeah,
is.
so are you. If you say that the surface of the liquid is perpendicular to gravity, then you're calling the surface of the liquid horizontal.
No, perpendicular just tells you
Yeah.
the angle at one point. A surface
Yeah,
can be
90
perpendicular to
degrees.
gravity. It can be perpendicular to
Dude,
gravity
you can't
everywhere and still be
have
curved
an angle
overall.
to the
You see,
surface of a
that's exactly
ball.
what a
You
sphere
cannot
is.
make an angle to the surface of a ball. Try something else.
No, just because a surface being 90 degree to gravity locally doesn't make
You
it
can't
flat
have
on a
90
global
degrees to a
scale.
curve. You can't put a
Yes, you can.
stick onto
You
the
can have
surface
really
of a
big.
ball and call
Have
it
you
an
seen it?
angle.
Have you seen a really big circle? If you
Dude,
zoom in
what's
and
the
one of the
angle
lines, it'll
between a
look flat.
basketball? What's the angle between a basketball and it's sitting on your table? So your basketball's now sitting on your table. What's that angle?
I don't know. You tell me.
Exactly. There's none.
Well, you can
Plus, you're
if you're
begging
using
the
a
question of the
basketball.
ball anyway. There is no sphere Earth. You'd have to have a curvature for that. So if you don't have any curvature of Earth, I'm sorry, you just stuck with flat water, perpendicular.
No, hold on. You're saying you're talking about the basketball, right?
I wasn't talking about a basketball, but someone asked you about the
talking about a
angular
sphere.
relationship between a flat surface, or you could use a stick. Put a stick and put it on top of the basketball and tell me what angle you get.
Yeah, that's the same exact thing.
Yeah, so saying perpendicular means flat is like
we're
saying a basketball.
comparing a
Every
sphere
point
to
on
a
the
flat.
basketball is 90 degrees
Hello?
to the center, but the whole surface is still curved.
Comparing the surface of a sphere to the surface of to a flat surface. That's the comparison. Whether we use a basketball for an analogy, a baseball for an analogy, a soccer ball, or the earth, just know that we're talking about the sphere and the lack thereof.
Right. If you have two lines, right, that meet, right, can you have an angle between them if one of those lines is curved? One or more? Is there an angle? Can you measure an angle between the two lines?
I don't know, can you?
No, you can't. An angle will require the intersection of two straight lines. At least two straight lines.
Okay, well, tell me this. You guys believe the Earth is a flat plane? Yeah.
Here we go.
Negative.
Now we're going to
It's not
talk
a
about
belief,
something
correct.
else.
What do you believe in?
It's not a
No,
belief.
sorry, it's not about belief. The Earth is
Okay,
measured to be flat
sorry,
by
what do you know?
everybody. We know that the Earth is measured flat by everyone. There is no curvature measurement whatsoever. The Earth is not a sphere. It is indeed flat as it presents itself to be.
So where's the edge and why has no one found it?
What edge?
Uh-oh.
Well, if
What
it's
edge are you
flat, then
talking
there must
about?
be an edge. Or there
Really?
must be
Says you? Well, you okay? Well, then you tell me where I should find it.
I don't know if you just circumnavigate the world, see what
Dude,
happens.
Earth is
Where's
not.
the edge?
Well, that's a
Earth is
circle.
not. Earth is not floating with your other planets in space. So where's the edge at
So
now?
what's going on? So what's going on then? Where? How can it be flat and there be no edge?
Oh,
What
because it's
goes
the
what's
floor.
beyond?
Wait a
Yeah, it's
minute.
the floor of the universe.
It's the floor of the universe. What does that
I'm
fucking
just
mean?
curious why you think it has to have an edge. Where would this edge be at?
Are you fucking stupid? Have you ever seen something flat? You talk about basketballs and shit like that.
Let
It's
me tell you
curved,
about my
so
floor right here. Are you
you put
standing
your
on a
finger.
floor? Is there edges of your floor in your house?
No, listen to me. If you get the
No,
top of a
listen to
basketball,
me. Have I ever seen
I'm
anything something flat? You said, have I seen something flat? Yes. Okay, so I got this flat floor in here. Where's the edge of my floor at?
whenever it meets the wall.
Oh, okay. So it meets a wall. Okay.
Yeah, where's the fucking
Then
wall
what?
in the globe?
Is that an edge or is that a limit?
Sorry. The flat Earth. Where's the wall? Where's the limit? Where can you?
Oh,
Where
I
does
don't
this
know.
fucking
Where do you
fall?
think I ought to find it? I don't know. Where do you think I should find it?
You guys don't know shit because you can't we've
Sorry,
circumnavigated the Earth.
friend. Circumnavigation is in a circle. It's not about going to the limits of anything. It's going in a circle. You should probably think about the words that you use before you say them.
Huh? Yeah, well, if you go from one point on Earth and make a complete circumnavigation of it, and you return back
You'll
to
be
where you were,
it's called a
you'll be at
circle.
the same point. You're not moving
Yeah,
around.
it's called,
Can you
it's
walk in a
called
circle on your floor?
circle.
Wait, you're not moving around something?
You're moving around the
Can
fucking
you walk
Earth.
in a
You're
circle?
not.
Can you walk in a circle around your floor and not see your wall and not run into your wall? Can you walk in a circle around your floor?
Yeah, you can, but where's the wall that you guys are talking about?
I don't know. I don't know. Nobody here said anything about a wall except for you. You brought up the wall. You tell me where it is.
Yeah, because you asked me a question. You said on a flat plane, you were talking about your floor, and I said, "Where's the edge to that?" And I said, "The wall." So how come we've never
Right.
found the wall? We've explored the
I don't
entire
know.
flat.
Have we? How do you know?
So you
Have you explored it?
dude, you brought up the wall then, just like you said. We didn't bring up a wall, just like you
No,
said.
I know. I'm bringing it up. We've
Oh,
explored
I don't
the
know about
entire.
any walls.
We've
We didn't
explored
make up a
the
wall.
entire.
That's on
Okay.
you, dude. We can't answer
where?
your question you made up.
So let me get this straight. My interpretation of something being flat is there either has to be a limit or there has to be an edge
Okay.
or something. Okay. Now hear me
Okay.
out
Where
here.
is that?
We've explored the entire planet minus maybe like
No,
a
we
large
haven't.
portion of the ocean. Yes.
You don't have
But
any
every
evidence for
landmass,
that.
every single fucking landmass we've discovered. I mean, come
Sorry,
on.
What did you discover?
Sorry. Yeah, tell us about what you
I never said
discovered.
I discovered anything. I'm
Well,
talking
you
about
said
like
we.
everyone fucking else in human history.
Okay, what are
We
their
pretty
names?
much dominate it everywhere.
Okay, great. What are their names, and can you tell us where they went and they found the edge?
No, I'm not. No, what I'm saying here is I don't know their names. You know, Christopher Columbus, the likes of those sort of guys. You know, Alexander the Great, who
Oh,
went around
yeah.
dominating everything. And we've been to every fucking island, every little nook and cranny of the
You
planet.
sure
Did you know
about
that we discovered 7,000 new islands
So
off the
where
coast of
haven't we
Japan?
been?
No, he
Right off the
didn't. He
coast of
didn't know
Japan.
that. Yeah, he
I
didn't
know.
know that they found 7,000 new islands off the coast of Japan because he thinks everything's been discovered already.
7,000 new islands.
Yeah,
That's
look it
correct.
up.
Let me see these islands. Hold on.
This is going to be a surprise to him. He says we already found everything, whoever we is.
Well, flat earthers are
An
stupid.
undersea volcanic eruption created a new island in the Pacific in late 2023. So yeah, it created a new island.
What,
not
one
discovered.
island?
They
No,
were
we're
sitting
talking
there. No one
7,000.
discovered.
7,000 islands, bro.
Hold on, 7,000. Let me see this. 1, 2, 3. Japan did not discover 7,000 new islands. What the fuck are you talking about? There's literally no proof of this. Where did this happen?
Oh, he's a skeptic now. Okay, so let me be a skeptic. How do you know we found every piece of dirt on the earth?
1 second. I'm reading into this Japan thing.
He's reading AI, whatever AI makes up
No.
about it.
CNN travel. Yeah, there's multiple reasons to why these islands have not been occupied.
Well,
Well,
that's probably the only ones that have been. That's probably the only ones that we don't know about, right?
Because of different
yeah, I'm sure those are.
territorial disputes and shit. But I'm sure someone discovered it at some point in time.
Now
1
he's
second.
sure. You hear that?
Oh,
He's sure
damn.
of it.
1 second.
Just bloviating, dude.
No,
Oh, I'm
fact
sure
checking.
somebody went to your edge at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Say, okay, you guys are right.
Okay, so the Earth is flat. I'm sorry.
because they discovered 7,000 new islands.
Yes, because you said everything's been discovered already because we live on a ball. And we said, no, the Earth is flat, and they discovered 7,000 new islands. And you said, bullshit. Then you looked it up. You said, they did discover 7,000 new islands, and
here you
the
go.
Earth is still a ball for some reason. And that
You
doesn't
want to
make
know
sense
why they
to us.
discovered 7,000 new islands? Because most of them are just small, barren fucking rocks that go underwater half the time. Yeah, there's
Wow,
still
I can't
some.
believe they didn't
There's
find
still,
those
there's
before.
still some shit that
So now
pop up
you're
here
giving
and there.
excuses as to why they didn't find them, even
Yeah,
though your argument
hold on.
was that we've discovered everything, and now we found out that we haven't discovered everything, and you're giving excuses for that.
See,
How pathetic.
These are little pathetic islands, okay? Little
Right, little
barren,
pathetic islands
basement
that we
rocks.
didn't
Listen to me.
discover.
We've discovered all of the major land masses, and I'm
Oh,
pretty
okay,
sure
sure, no problem.
a wall
I need your
surrounding
evidence for
the
that,
fucking
please.
Earth or an age would
Can you
be
give
a
me the
pretty
evidence
major
for that,
landmass.
please? Sorry, I don't know why you're still talking. I just need the evidence for that, please.
The evidence for that we've discovered all the major land masses and continents in
Yeah,
the Earth.
yeah.
Look at a map.
Nope, that
Okay,
doesn't
so
work.
that doesn't
It
work.
doesn't work.
No.
No,
I'll
look
tell
at
you
the
why.
Pacific
Why doesn't it
Ocean.
work?
Pacific Ocean doesn't have any land in it.
Yeah, because it's an ocean.
Prove it.
Prove that it's an ocean? Are you stupid?
No, I want you to prove that that's been all explored.
Okay, so let me go to the Pacific Ocean and search for some fucking islands and shit like that. What's in the Pacific Ocean? Like, what does it matter? Where's this big, massive, fuck off wall surrounding the globe? I'm pretty sure.
Hold on a
There's
second.
your wall
I didn't-
again,
bumped into
dude.
that
Your
one.
wall, dude. Your
Yeah.
wall. You brought up your wall
what's-
again.
Yeah,
Your wall.
exactly.
It's your
I'm
wall,
not
not ours.
I'm not saying.
We
Yeah, where's
didn't
the
make. We
wall
didn't
at,
make
dude?
up. We didn't make up the wall. You did. Why do you want us to talk about
going
your
on
wall?
then? So what's going on then? I'm just saying, in my reality, on a flat surface, I'm looking at my desk right now. It's pretty flat. There's an edge to it. I'm looking at the floor.
Okay.
The only thing that
How do you know it's
once you
flat?
get to the
How do you know your desk is
other side
flat?
of the floor,
How do you know your desk
do you
isn't
want me to
curving?
measure it? It looks flat.
Sure, why not? Measure something, goddamn.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But once I go to the other side of my room, I see a wall.
Okay.
There's a.
So you think the Earth has a wall? Okay, well, where is it?
You're the guy. You're the people that believe this shit. If the Earth is flat,
No, I didn't. Did I say that the Earth has a wall? Did I say that?
If the Earth is flat, if the Earth is flat, if the Earth is flat.
Okay, finally.
No, we just said it was flat. Like, we didn't make any claims after that. We just said it was flat.
Captain
You're
Hook,
saying it needs to have a wall or an
the
edge.
earliest historical charts of the Ice Age
That's a map.
in the Chukchi Sea.
The Ice Age? How long ago was the Ice Age?
Talking about Ice Age. Not talking about that dumb shit.
That was one of you guys that posted that. So.
Sorry, do you think that we say that there's a ring of ice around the world? Is this what you've seen in like media and so on?
No, I know you guys don't believe that shit anymore. So what is surrounding us, or what is stopping us from reaching the edge? Is what I want to know.
No idea.
A dense
No
hydrogen
idea.
ocean prevents anything from leaving the Earth.
Okay, that's interesting, and also a claim that can't be validated. The more honest answer is we don't know.
No, we could definitely make a scientific conclusion that it is a hydrogen.
Really, based upon what hypothesis and experiment?
Okay, so on the Earth, we can take hydrogen and get it to.
Is this going to be a hypothesis and an experiment?
Right. But the difference is if my hypothesis.
Go ahead and talk to the other guy. That guy's retarded.
Cool, fair enough. I thought you were.
Arguing with each other.
Don't give up on Phil Platt so soon. I just checked him into our home server.
Oh my
gosh, poor Phil Platt.
He's got to take his turn.
So
I mean, I'd rather talk to Phil Platt than B-Man. I mean, he's been around
for
here
sure.
so long. My
B-Man
goodness.
gave up a long time ago. Yeah, B-Man should just listen now.
I haven't given up. Fuck's now.
Let me explain it before you dismiss it. I mean, what you're doing is literally what pagans do. If you tried to convince them their worldview is ridiculous, they'd wave you off and say their authority and consensus disagrees. So just listen first before you dismiss.
We're not trying to convince anybody.
Right, but I'm not trying to convince anybody either. I'm just trying to state what I believe it could be, and it's being hand waved immediately before I even finish.
Oh yeah, because we don't want to hear about belief systems.
I'm not talking about belief systems. I'm talking about something you
about
could
what you
do
believe.
yourself.
You said you were talking about what you
Yeah, Phil,
believe.
you
You're not
said it.
saying that that's not a belief system. Hold on. I
saying-
don't want to get off, my friend. I don't want to get off on the
talk
wrong
about
foot
the
with you.
scientific process, right? You understand that
I'm
observation, measurement, repeatability is what declares
obviously
empirical
doesn't want the
validation,
olive
right?
branch. No problem.
Right? You understand that, though. That's the empirical process.
The question was,
So get on
just
with
for
the measurements
brevity,
then.
All right. Well, this is what I'm saying is that if we can observe a pressure gradient, then we have to look at the scientific laws. What does a pressure gradient require? It requires
a container.
containment. Right. So now when we look at the containment, we can see our pressure gradient has hydrogen at the top. There's no reason to assume that hydrogen doesn't continue past the magnetic field. And we know
What
that
measurement is the hydrogen claim based on?
hydrogen claim, I don't know. I could use hostile witnesses all day. None of your model is claiming that hydrogen isn't at the top of the atmosphere. They agree.
What model?
The
Yeah, we don't have a
heliocentric
model.
model. Are you telling me your
That
heliocentric
model.
model
We're not.
doesn't believe
Hold on.
a density
Hold on,
gradient
my
in the
friend.
atmosphere?
My friend. Yeah, we talk about gradient. You were talking.
Right.
Sorry,
Is there a
specifically
density
talking
gradient?
about one particular gas, hydrogen.
Right, and there's a special property about that gas, and it's a special
Hold on,
property
before you run
that
off.
is a big
Hold
deal
on,
in its location.
my friend. I don't want to get off on the wrong foot. All right.
I know. I'm trying to explain to you an empirical fact, and you're
I
dismissing it
know.
as if it has nothing to do with my
No,
final.
not dismissing it. I'm trying to walk through it slowly. That's why I keep
Right.
kind of mumbling and trying to interrupt because you're going quite fast. So
Right,
slow
okay,
down.
well, slow it down then. Do you agree with me
So
that,
back to my
that the
question.
atmosphere has a density gradient, and at the higher in altitude
That's not in question.
but we're
Pressure
talking
and
about the
density
firmament, so
gradient.
it's important what elements exist around the firmament.
Is your foot constantly down on the accelerator, or do you think you can just ease it off a little bit?
I don't understand. You're interrupting me, and I'm just trying to explain something.
I've already told you I'm trying to slow down and go through this step by step. That me
Right.
trying to interrupt you is trying to slow you down because I want clarification before we move
Right.
on.
Yeah, I made the claim that it's probably a hydrogen ocean, and then I was trying to explain why I think that, and that's what you keep cutting off.
Someone else can try.
Phil, take a deep breath. We're trying to communicate with you, but you don't have to keep talking over us. Just you say something, and then somebody else will say something back to you.
Right,
It's
but I
that
didn't
simple.
get to say anything.
Okay, go ahead. Go right now, and then stop when you're done.
Okay, what I'm saying is that it would be a hydrogen ocean. We can objectively confirm that we live in a pressure density atmosphere, and that the higher in altitude we go, the lighter the elements are. Hydrogen, under a scientific framework, you can test it in a lab that under extreme cold temperatures, it gets really dense and it liquefies. And the properties of liquid hydrogen is diamagnetism. It is repelled by magnets. And so literally, if outside the magnetic field is a dense hydrogen cold ocean, then it would be at the bottom of an extremely dense ocean, creating a pressure from the magnetic field meeting that diamagnetic hydrogen ocean. That would create a pressure bubble that we exist in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Right. That is empirical.
Well, it's empirical because that's what hydrogen does. We can do that right here on the surface.
Yeah, that's great.
No.
Hey,
What we
fuck
mean
you.
by empirical is, hold on. What we mean by empirical is so far, lovely story.
you,
I think we're all kind of nodding along, but at the end of the story, we want validation for it, don't we? So have
What do
you
you
been
mean by
there?
validation? What aren't you
Have you
agreeing
been?
with?
But have you been there to confirm that your hypothesis in this instance, or theory, is probably better, is true?
That's a fallacy. Science is about scalability.
No.
Yeah, it's about scalability. The fact that you say I'm not allowed to prove anything
I'll try
because
to
I
add
can't
more
go there.
clarity if you allow me. Thank you. So at the moment, like I said, we're all nodding along, right?
Right.
We still want verification that this is actually the reality in which we live.
So
So
basically, you
far,
want to
sounds
say
like
the flat earthers can just deny
uh,
everything because their whole point is that they don't have the
I'm
resources
really
to
trying
go
my
to the
best to
firmament.
communicate with you, sir.
You're telling me I can't say a word because I can't travel to the firmament.
No, at the moment, I'm really trying to make my point.
Yeah, but you understand that theories can exist in science, but the point is that can't
Oh,
contradict empirical
whoa.
laws.
Yes, I agree that theories exist in science if they have undergone hypothesis verification through experiment. You
So
can
you would
then base
agree
your
that
theory.
I'm just saying you would agree that the heliocentric model saying gravity
Dude,
prevents entropy, it
dude,
contradicts the scientific law.
dude, right? I'm literally trying to hold out an olive branch to you. If you let me say more than fucking 15 words, you'd agree that I'm trying to reach an agreement with you and hopefully add some clarity. Now, so far, you've given, and I'm like, try my best to steelman you and give you a good representation of what you think you're trying to give. So give me a moment. So far, I'll agree. You're giving me what is probably a good scientific hypothesis. A good scientific theory based on a few hypotheses that have been demonstrated to be true. Like you require a container for gas pressure, the observable reality that there is a gas pressure gradient. You're hypothesizing a cause for this, something that you could probably do in a laboratory and say this does cause that. But until you observe the reality and go there, you can't verify this theory of yours to be true, right?
Right. I'm not saying that's why it's a theory. If it was more than a theory, I'd be calling it law.
Yeah, so it's a good idea. I don't think
But
anybody would say that it isn't a good idea.
right, but I'm not saying it's law. I'm saying it's a theory. You can have theories
Yes,
as long as they don't
yeah,
contradict law.
yeah, I understand that. I'm just glad we had this conversation so we could add clarity to what's being said. There's no need for us to think that each other's being hostile. We have agreements here, but we also have limitations. This place that you are in at the moment tries to deal with what's empirical. When we get to theories that can't be tested, we must admit that this isn't empirical and underlie it as a good speculation or theory to a probability, an idea.
Right, but a hypothesis is just that. You take you take your theories and test them against empirical law. If I could
No, you
reproduce
need to
those
get this order.
conditions,
Sorry, sir. Sorry, you need to get this order right. Scientific theories are based on an accumulation of scientific hypotheses that have been demonstrated to be true with verification through experiment. You've basically got to complete the scientific method, have an experiment, and then you can base your theory upon what you've proven to be true, which is what you've done. You've conglomerated a few scientific hypotheses and are basing your theory upon that. Now, at the moment, we must agree that it is just a theory, something you can't actually demonstrate to be true until you go there.
but I could demonstrate the science behind it.
Yeah,
That is my point.
yeah, this is why I said we were all nodding along. Yes, we observe a gas pressure gradient. We were agreeing with you, right? Now,
But wasn't the question what could
in your
possibly be
supposition,
doing this?
the cause in your supposition, we would also nodding along to, right? Hydrogen in this state, it acts like this. It could be the limitation to our gas pressure and maybe our whole environment. Okay,
Right.
it's a nice idea, like I said, but we
Well,
can't
all I
go
was
there
doing
to
was providing a
verify
theory.
this theory.
Well, because what I'm understanding is, I heard the question where somebody asked what could, be the firmament or whatever, and I'm trying to give a theory that replaces the debunked theory that gas prevents entropy.
I get you, okay? Maybe, and I'm not being hostile. The question was more specific about the ice wall, the Antarctic ice wall, as in when you go out horizontally. But I will concede eventually you would meet where the sky reaches the earth. So if this is what you were speaking about, yeah, okay. But again, we must caveat it with this is a speculation. and dealing in conversations in this channel where we try to deal with empirical truths, things that we can validate to be true or not, then speculation must be underlined and pointed out.
Oh, sure. I'm not claiming that this is fact. I'm claiming that this is this can replace the defunct theory that gravity prevents entropy. That just objectively can't be true.
Well, we don't need other speculations to replace the already existing speculation of gravity holding gas to the Earth.
But that is the exact scientific process. You create those speculations, and they hold if they don't contradict. And there's just still
No,
speculation.
that's not the scientific process. You're
when
that's
you validate
completely
it,
false.
it becomes
I
validated.
want to ask Phil this. I want to ask Phil a question. Phil, do you think your hypothesis could happen over a flat surface as well?
Yes.
All right, well
Yes.
then.
In fact, I look at the Earth as a microcosm, macrocosm. I think it's a direct macrocosm of
It's
the
still flat Earth.
hydrogen atom itself. And hydrogen atoms bond to each other, and they would create an inertial plane in between them.
Phil, you don't have any hypotheses.
Well, I'm just saying, you asked me if I believed it could happen over a flat Earth. I told you what I believed.
No, that was a different question. I'm talking about your whole hydrogen ocean.
Yeah.
You don't even have a hypothesis yet. It's not scientific at all.
Well, what do you mean? I can take in a lab and I can take hydrogen, liquefy it, and I can create a magnetic field and watch it repel.
Nobody cares. It's not science. It's not science.
It's literally science.
No, it literally isn't, because if you're going to use the scientific method in natural science in this situation, you would have to have a naturally observed phenomena. Can you give me the naturally observed phenomena?
Yeah, the magnetic field of Earth. And
okay, so
that exists at the top of the density gradient.
No. We're dealing with your original observation. You observe, apparently, in nature, a magnetic field. So what?
So science is
what
about
about it?
Science is about recreating conditions.
That's false.
Right.
That's
to
false.
be specific,
it's not about recreating conditions and then manipulating
so
the variables.
Specific, when we ask you what you see and you say the magnetic field of the Earth, the next question, because we've got the observed phenomena when creating a hypothesis, is very simply what caused that.
What
so
caused the
do you think
magnetic field?
Yeah.
The Earth. What do you mean? Like, are you saying the Earth doesn't have a magnetic field? Or are we not?
No. Listen, we're agreeing with you that you see this electromagnetic, right? Compasses follow these lines, for example, right? If you're saying that this is the phenomena that you observe, the method's very strict. If this is your independent variable, your dependent variable, then the independent variable, the cause question must be answered, right? So what caused that? What you observed?
You're asking me what causes the Earth to be magnetic?
Yeah, because that's what you gave as your phenomena. Like I said, maybe you should, hold on, my friend. That's why I asked you. Maybe you want to give a different phenomena, because that one's not going to fit into your hypothesis, dude. Not the one that you're trying to give.
Are you saying that magnetic fields are like personal, like they're different? Like if I create one magnetic field and another one, that they're somehow different?
All right, okay, right. I know I'm English. I know my English is British to you, but I know that everybody else understands what I'm saying. I'm trying to understand why you don't.
It's about science and doing experiments with scalability.
Okay. First step of the scientific method is the naturally observed phenomena. When questioned about that, you gave the magnetic field of the Earth. The next step is to answer the question, what caused that? Now, you said science. That would be the construction of a hypothesis that we're going to test for experiment. I think so. This isn't a thing that you're trying to talk about.
Well, let's put it this way. Isaac Newton came up with the equations to describe the laws of gravity. He literally said that he can't tell you what causes it, but he can tell you the laws it must abide by. So are you saying he didn't follow any scientific process?
Yes, that's exactly what we're saying.
So the guy that's responsible for every piece of infrastructure that ever existed on Earth didn't even follow the scientific process to come up with that equation.
What equation?
Scientific process to come up with an equation.
The equation
the
for
only
gravity.
way that you can come up, hold on. The only way that you can come up with an equation, which is the use of language, which is math, to express what has happened within the scientific experiment.
Isaac Newton came up with
So we need the
laws
experiment
that
then.
gravity must follow. He said he doesn't know.
So what was the experiment then?
What was his experiment?
Yeah, what was the experiment the formulae or equation were gained from?
Observation, measurement, and repeatability. He took physical
Okay,
objects.
so what's the
experimented with
hypothesis?
them with their
So what's the
gravitational
So what is the hypothesis that Newton gave?
he gave his mass equal, or I'll look it up so I don't get it wrong. But he definitely gave you a hypothesis.
Okay, when you said you were going to give me an equation, a hypothesis doesn't come in the form of an equation.
Use him as an example. I'm not here to argue that, but I can look it up and argue Newton. I'm just saying that he literally says he doesn't know the cause, but he can tell you the laws that it must obey.
Dude, you're rattling around like one of them balls when they draw the lottery. You got to stick to one thing.
I'm telling
you.
But you're telling me that I must tell you the cause before I tell you the laws. And I'm pointing out that one of the most prominent scientists ever literally did not do that.
No, you're claiming hydrogen, water in the sky, right?
I'm claiming hydrogen is in the sky, and I'm saying that hydrogen at extremely cold temperatures will be dense and it will liquefy. And that we can produce that right here on Earth, and we know its properties.
Cool. So act as a container for the gas pressure, right?
Right.
Cool. So that's not the magnetic field doing that now, is it?
No, it's the magnetic field meeting the hydrogen ocean.
Oh, okay. So you now need to observe this phenomena.
Right. Like you can create that in a lab.
No.
The
phenomena in the natural world.
See, you're
no.
pretending like I have to
I'm pointing out.
The Earth has a magnetic field. It's objective.
Yes.
I don't have to tell you what causes it to say that it has
Phil,
a magnetic field.
I'm gonna steelman you real quick. I'm gonna steelman you, Phil. What you're saying is the magnetic field is encapsulating liquid hydrogen around the outer edge of the atmosphere.
Yeah, a good way to put it is like, I know this is a silly way. Think of like SpongeBob with Sandy under the ocean with her dome. She's inside an ocean. Picture that ocean as a hydrogen ocean, and that the dome is a black dome, but a magnetic field repelling it.
You have no evidence for it other than just a hypothesis and what you think might be going on in your mind.
Right, that's what I'm trying to give you, a hypothesis, and I can test the hypothesis.
It's not a hypothesis.
I didn't verify it.
It's not a hypothesis.
That is exactly how science works. You create a hypothesis.
No, it isn't. You can't just make it up as you go. You're making up stuff as you go along.
No,
Give me the naturally observed phenomena and then the independent and dependent variables. We're not going to do this anymore. Give me the naturally observed phenomena and then give me your hypothesis.
Magnetic
we'll see if it's any good.
And hydrogen at the top of the gradient. Those are
okay. So that totally incoherent. Your magnetic field is apparently your observation in nature. You see natural magnetism, and now you're going to claim that the cause of that is what?
Why would I have to explain the cause for it to be real?
Oh my God!
I'm not asking you whether or not it's real. That's not what science adjudicates. It adjudicates cause and effect relationships. So the effect that you're observing is the magnetism. Exactly. You're observing a magnetic field. What causes it?
I'm not talking about the magnetic field. I'm talking about
that
is affected by an existing magnetic field.
Nothing else is being affected by it right now. You would have to show me liquid hydrogen being affected by an electromagnetic field or a magnetic field in this scenario.
Yeah, that can be produced on a smaller scale. Why wouldn't you be able to scale it?
Yeah, you can do this on a small scale on your countertop. That's fantastic. We're talking about the grand scale of the Earth, and you don't observe this to be happening. The only thing that you can point to as a naturally occurring phenomena is the gas pressure.
And the magnetic field that the Earth has.
Spot on.
And you cannot connect the two.
I don't have to tell you the cause of something that exists if I'm not trying to explain to you what causes it.
Hold on, my friend. You were giving us a claim to the edge of the Earth, right? And I use the term loosely, as in what contains us.
Right.
That would be the cause of the gas pressure, wouldn't it?
The cause of the gas pressure, yes, and that is
Yeah, you're saying it, so I know we all follow. You're saying that the electromagnetic field of the Earth meets hydrogen at a high level and creates this container. Yes?
yes, yes.
Okay, lovely hypothesis, but every single time we ask you for the phenomena, you don't observe it. We've gotten past it's not the electromagnetic field. The phenomena needs to be the electromagnetic field meeting the hydrogen that you claim,
Right.
because
So
that
I'm
would
not
be the
saying that
cause
the
of the gas
magnetic field
pressure.
creates the containment. I'm saying that
Yeah,
hydrogen ocean creates the containment. It's being repelled by a magnetic
yeah,
field.
yeah. So you would need to observe this as the cause for the phenomena of gas pressure.
So you're saying, though, even though I can reproduce it on a smaller scale, that I'm not allowed to scale that up like normal science works, but I'm just supposed to just say it's not a case
No,
unless I
no,
can travel there?
no. We will reach the conclusion that the gas that's under pressure requires a container. We can't reach a conclusion as to what that container is.
But we can create
We can make
hypotheses, and that's what I've done.
we can make theories, best guess.
Let's get sure. Why
Yeah.
can't I have that?
You can have your best guess, but it's not proof.
Right. I didn't
Here's
say
the thing, Phil.
I'm
Here's
giving
the
you a
thing.
replacement
Here's the
theory.
thing. Here's the thing. You create a small scaled down version of that on your countertop. How do you go about proving that up in the sky?
Scalability.
No. You still have to go up to the sky and verify that that's still the thing that you think it is.
Yeah,
Well,
you
how
need to
can
make
how can heliocentric
14.7
make that
psi of
claim?
gas pressure when you do this. Also, don't forget about that.
How can heliocentrists
It's
make that claim
actually
when Albert Einstein made his assumptions like in 1905 when they didn't even claim to send a probe up until
Dude, he
1957?
used to stick his tongue out. So don't go by his word.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like the heliocentrists, they have this idea like they're allowed to make all these hypotheses and theories and nobody's allowed to
No, they're
challenge
not.
them.
We already threw them all out.
Oh, then what are we? Oh, we're talking. Well, I'm just creating a theory and a hypothesis. If these are flat earthers, I'm just giving you
but
ideas.
You're not.
Yeah. So sorry, right?
It's definitely scalable. For
Yeah,
instance,
my
the
friend.
claim that gravity can prevent entropy. Like you can produce an experiment right here on Earth that proves that's not possible.
No, you can't.
Yeah, we know.
Oh,
We know.
No, if you create the conditions at the edge of the atmosphere that heliocentrism claims, you can recreate that in a chamber. And then you can put a chamber right on top of that with a vacuum that's not even nearly as strong as the claimed vacuum of space.
No, you can't.
See, now that's just ridiculous. You're just denying the scientific process.
okay. So let's try this again. Hey, Phil, can you show me that someone has taken a big giant vat of liquid hydrogen and then they've taken some kind of magnetic field and created some kind of magnetic force field to hold back the hydrogen ocean on a small scale? Can you show me that?
I mean, it's producible. There's lots of citations that talk about it.
Just get me the study that they did this, please.
Okay. Give me a minute. I'll look it up right now. I mean, this is how I came up with my hypothesis, was looking at this stuff.
Right. So you saw a liquid hydrogen ocean with a hemispherical bubble inside of it created by a magnetic field. Did you?
In a lab, you can produce it. Yeah. You can take hydrogen.
I want you to show it to me. I want you to show me this exact thing.
So let me get this straight. Are you? Are you a flat earther or are you a globe one arguing?
Who cares? I could be an anybody. I could be a flat earther. I could be a glober. And this would still be a great question.
You do not understand the scientific process of scalability, or you don't understand what's behind.
I'm not worried about scalability. I'm talking about cause and effect relationships, which is what science is all about.
Listen, dude, you didn't observe an ocean of hydrogen that you're going to scale up to. So,
like a cup of water,
you're already done. You lost me at ocean of hydrogen.
A cup of water is just a cup of water. If you scale that up, you can scale it up to an ocean. It's
great.
Are you denying the scalability?
Don't try to run away from this point. I want you to show me a small liquid hydrogen ocean having a force field of magnetism inside of it, creating a bubble. Let's see that.
So you're denying that liquid hydrogen is diamagnetic.
Haven't seen
Nope,
anything to deny yet.
that at all. Didn't deny that at all. You're taking words and twisting them around and making it seem like I'm denying something.
Okay,
I'm asking you to reproduce the thing you are claiming is happening.
Trying to steel man here. Or if you're saying that, I know what you're asking me to do, but I'm trying to understand why you need to see something.
You're not going to be able to figure me out. I'm asking you a specific question about your claim. I've made no claims. I want to see your claim in action. Show it to me.
Well, that's the beauty about my claim, is me showing it to you is irrelevant. You can produce it yourself.
Okay, great. How would I go about doing that? Because no one's done this so far, so I'm going to be the pioneer, I guess. You know what? Maybe you should do this.
Liquid hydrogen was diamagnetic.
I didn't ask you anything about the properties of the liquid hydrogen. I asked you to reproduce the thing that you are claiming is happening.
Yeah, you can reproduce it.
Okay, show it to me then. If it's so easy, why don't you just go ahead and show it to me? Don't try to run away from this, Phil. You're not going to be able to filibuster. Show me the thing that you're talking about. I don't want to hear any more words out of you. I want to see the thing that you're talking about.
You're either denying.
Are you still not even steel manning me? You don't even understand what steel man means. You need to get me the evidence for the thing that I asked for.
So if magnets repel liquid hydrogen, how can you not scale that? How can you not make a stronger magnet?
Friend, I just need you to go ahead and show me what it is that you're talking about, since it's so easy.
You're just avoiding.
No, it's totally relevant. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and talk about your claim again. Let's see how relevant it is. Were you claiming that there is a hydrogen ocean? This is your quote-unquote hypothesis or theory, that there is an ocean of hydrogen being held back by a magnetic field of the Earth, creating a bubble that we can live in, like the squirrel and freaking SpongeBob SquarePants. Isn't that your claim?
Yeah, I tried to explain it with an analogy that was
Great. What I need you to do is, on a small scale, get that demonstration for me.
Yeah, you can just look up any citation about liquid hydrogen.
No, I'm sorry. This is you providing it for me, since it's your claim. You make the claim, you provide the evidence.
You can independently verify it yourself. I'm not a monkey or an authority. These are things
hold
you
on.
can independently.
This is your claim.
2 seconds. All right, my friend, you new to the channel. All right. Now, we welcome you, but we have standards here. One of those standards is if a person makes a claim, they provide the evidence, especially from the flat earth side, right? We don't turn around to people and say to them, go and Google it. You should research yourself. If we make a claim, we're going to provide citation and demonstration. Now, so we all move forward in a good manner. Just remember that, right? If you're going to make a claim, someone, whether it's a flat earther or a globe earther, would probably ask you to provide evidence for it.
Can I ask a quick question? What's the order of the word? Give me the terminology of what I'm supposed to look up. I just looked up liquid hydrogen diamagnetic, and I'm not finding a damn thing. Like, I'm finding videos on diamagnetic demonstration, but it's not creating or producing a bubble or anything like that.
It seems to create a streaming amount of bubbles.
It's got to create a bubble with 14.7 psi inside of it, and then you guys got to measure that too.
This is also a problem when someone says you should go and research it, because people are going to find not what you're talking about, and then you're going to have to wade through the minefield of not what you're talking about. It's easier if you just provide what you're talking about.
I'll provide you something here in a second. Give me a minute. Somebody just knocked on my door, but I'll get it in a second.
No problem. If people need time, 5-10 minutes, that's cool.
Open up, FBI.
I knew it. They busted him for knowing that the sky is liquid hydrogen.
Yeah, he let the secret out. We probably all are in danger now.
I mean, when I look up the liquid hydrogen diamagnetic, like, hydrogen is laying flat and level in the in the petri dish that they're using to test, or the bowl, or whatever. So I'm confused.
How come the bubble just stays there?
What bubble? I don't even see a bubble. Are you talking about when they produce a frequency and then like they got the little
No,
drop to hover?
no.
I'm confused. Which bubble? I'm not seeing a bubble.
He says you can use frequency or magnetism to create a bubble in liquid hydrogen. Where's the bubble
That's what I
go?
want to. I want to. That's what I'm trying to look up. Like, give me the exact phrase that I need to look up in order to get this.
You gotta look
Well,
up.
Just Google let's make shit up. That
well,
might get you in the right
remember,
place.
wink, wink. Somebody
Timbo
came to the
coming in
door,
hot.
so he's probably looking it up right now. He's having ChatGPT put it together for him.
Is there a problem with asking GPT to provide any citation for something I'm looking
As
for?
long, sorry, you can ask ChatGPT anything as long as you actually provide that reference and citation, not just what AI says. So you can use it to find stuff, but that stuff better be the reference material where the citation comes from.
I mean, there is a fun little test that he could actually perform. I know it takes a lot of energy to essentially turn hydrogen into a liquid. So if he could just go ahead and get like a small glass of it, right? Just a glass of liquid hydrogen, and then take a magnet that is 0.5 Gauss, right? So that's the strength of the magnet. It's the same as the Earth's magnetic field, 0.5 Gauss, and see if anything happens to that liquid. Then you'll know.
Hey, Filet, you're hot micing. You got some kind of feedback going on. We can't hear you. You just sound like a hum. Fix your mic, bro.
Oh yeah, it was probably going to be a sound blast anyway. Don't worry about it. They'll complain when they need to be unmuted.
I did think it's funny. Did you notice that, Dandelion? Are you here still? No. She checked him in. He created an account and joined Flat Earth Discord 72 seconds later.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. It just begs more questions. What made you join us straight away? That's like why you're here, dude. It's like any question, right? Join the server straight away, and then you turn up on our doorstep. Awesome. We get you're a flat earther. How did you hear about us? Did you watch us on YouTube? Being as we've got, as you might be aware, the YouTube bot. Is that how you came our way? Did you search us on Discord and just find us that way?
I
What
seen you on
brings you
YouTube
here,
and
buddy?
click the link.
Awesome stuff, dude. That's really cool. Sometimes people join straight away
watching.
because they've seen us on YouTube and they're angry. Anyway, this is fun. I guess in the meantime, to fill some dead air, is there anybody else who's joined recently who wants to have a quick conversation about something or nothing? Regarding possibly the
Apologies,
shape of
guys. I
the
had a
earth.
friend stop out, and I might be busy for a minute, but I still
Yeah,
listening.
no worries, dude. Appreciate you letting us know. But yeah, like I said, whilst I scroll up and down and see a lot of names and PFPs that I recognise, I don't. If you're new to our channel, please unmute yourself, say hi, tell us who you are, where you're from, and what brings you to our server and what you would like to ask or bring up for discussion. We talk about all things here pertaining to the Earth, whether it's flat or curved, and anything in between, which isn't really much. So, if anyone wants to speak about why they say the Earth is flat or why they say the Earth is a sphere, and you haven't spoken before, please don't be shy. Unmute yourself, like I said, say hi and bring forth your question or piece of knowledge and wisdom, whatever you prefer.
Took a couple wild turns over the last hour or so, haven't we?
Yeah, man. From veganism to hydrogen in the sky. Hydrogen liquid in the sky.
Yo, I swear, every time I step out, I miss something good.
Bro, is India in here? No.
Thing you missed was story time, mate.
Hey, Timbo. How's it going, dude?
Good man. I've got a lot of background noise. I'm just trying to stay
Oh, fucking hell, that's terrible. Shut up.
quiet.
You've missed me, haven't you?
I miss that British dry sense of humour.
Yeah.
I'm almost as dry as a shortbread biscuit after 12 months.
Oh, bloody hell, man, that is dry. I would take it further, but it's a family show. But yeah, anyway, it's been an interesting day. Lots of twists and turns, like you said. Been all over the fucking place.
Hey, Jedi, weren't you the one that made that girl cry earlier?
Probably. It's been a long day. Can't remember what it was about. There's been too many victims today.
She was going on about criticizing us, telling us how we should be spending our time here. Oh, no, you know, that might have been Indio, actually.
Yeah, I think it was. No, we both spoke to her.
Yeah, we started criticizing her about her telling us what to do, and she started crying.
Oh, dear.
But I cannot believe that. People are so sensitive nowadays.
No, we didn't respect her opinion, apparently. It's funny.
She was saying that we were bullying her in the side chat.
Right. Does anybody know why fillet or fillet has been server muted? I'll see what I can do about that. Let's see if I regret it or not.
Oh, I was the one that did it.
His mic wasn't working properly.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was like
really?
a bunch of static.
Sounded like a.
I'll turn
No,
that
bring him
back off
back.
then.
He went to say something. See what he has to say.
Okay. Oh shit! My apologies.
What's up? What's up, Filet? How you doing, Filet? He's a beginner in English, so he might be a little shy.
Everything's going to be okay. Green Cap has joined us. What's up, Green Cap? Good to see you. What brings you by our channel today? If English isn't your first language, don't be shy. Everything's okay. Have some confidence. Everything's going to be fine.
Not Jedi first language either.
Fuck you, man. What the hell? My accent has been classified, I found out earlier today, as, what was it again? Standard Southern British English. Standard Southern British English. Specifically, my dialect is estuary, which is the Thames estuary, the area of East London, Essex, and Kent, where that meets. So my accent is kind of London-based, a bit Cockney, a bit like that. So
Sound
it is.
nothing like someone from Essex, though.
They speak a worse form. I think they have closer roots with the east end of London. They're quite similar. We drop the same type of sounds, T's and H's and so on. But yeah, they are distinctly different as well.
The first time I ever heard an accent like that was when I watched Harry Potter.
Which accent?
British one.
Really? That was the first time you
Yeah.
heard a British, what, from a native British speaker?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they were just putting it on or whatever, but yeah.
The main actors in Harry Potter were definitely English. It was one of the prerequisites that J.K. Rowling had. This is based upon, it has British locations. The children that were spoke about were British. So British actors were needed. So yes, it was all British English.
Were you from the same region as they were or no?
I mean, yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. And the accents that they had were pretty standard British accents, right? No major accent. There were characters that did, like maybe with a little bit of a broader tone, some with Scottish accents. So there were different accents in there, but the main characters, Hermione was kind of posh. Same with Harry, really. So yeah, it's all standard, really.
Have you ever tried doing an American English accent before?
There's quite a few American accents, right? You could pretend to be some California surfer, someone from down south of hospitality. You can be from Texas and talk about guns. You can fucking be half Italian and come from New York. So yeah, there's a few. I can. I'm not going to.
That's what I was waiting for. I was like, oh, here we go. I was getting excited.
Accents for me, and I think most British people, is one way of expressing things or where you're understanding the differences creates a lot of humor, speaking in different accents, and that type of stereotype thing has been a deep part of like British humor for a long time. Like even caricatures of like Asians and Chinese people that can be deemed a little bit racist. We see that the same as taking the piss out of a Texan. You just sound different. It's funny.
No, yeah, I agree. Gotta be careful though. People are sensitive nowadays, so
yeah, very sensitive. I understand why they've become that way. It bugs me that it's the state at the moment, and pervasively so, right? I mean, it's not like we're making this up. We've seen it over the last decades, how things have gone in a certain direction. So we're just speaking from experience.
yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to hop back on real quick to see if there's any drama. I might hop back on later. But for now, hope you guys have a good evening. Take care.
Yeah, take care, buddy.
Thank you, brother.
I hear lots of pings and dings in the background. Obviously, people leaving and joining. See some new names. So welcome. Maybe you're one of those persons who's just jumped in. See AU or O, however you pronounce your name. It's going to wave at Green Cap again. Hello, my friend. What other name did I say? You can't remember what it was. But if you just jumped in and you're wondering what the hell we're talking about, not much at the moment, but we would love to talk about the Earth. What it is. What do you think the Earth is? Do you think it's flat? Do you think it's a sphere? Do you think we're moving anywhere? Do you think up in the sky is an absence of gas known as a vacuum? Whatever your point, as long as it's pertaining to the earth and its shape and all of the things that I said, please feel free to unmute yourself, say hi, tell us what your name is and where you're from, and bring forth your point or question. But like I said, lots of pings and dings. If anybody's jumping in, wondering why it's quiet, we're just waiting for somebody to say hi.